Hello, this is Donna Abreu from Insta PPC Builder, and in this video I'm going to talk about one of the most crucial components to good campaign organization. Now we're going to talk about good campaign organization in future subsequent videos as well, but this one strategy is absolutely crucial. It's absolutely fundamental to having effective pay-per-click advertising. If you don't follow this one guideline or strategy, whatever you want to call it, then you are essentially going to be throwing away your money to Google. So let's get into this right away. What this strategy is content versus search network. What you absolutely must do when you set up your campaigns in Google AdWords, and this really applies to any of the pay-per-click engines as well, is that you want to separate your content from your search campaigns. Most people create a campaign for some kind of niche that they're going after, and they include content network and search network in that campaign. That is a big no. So don't do that. You'll see why in a minute. You always want to create a separate campaign for search from content. So what I do is I identify my campaign name. Let's just call it tennis shoes, and I'll have a tennis shoes dash C for content and a tennis shoes dash S for search, and those will be two separate campaigns. Now the reason that you want to separate your content versus search is one of the main reasons is that the ads you write or should be writing for these types of for the content network versus the search are completely different. Search ads are highly targeted. You are targeting very specific niche keywords, and therefore you're pushing the person to click on the ad to take action, but those ads are going to be very targeted to that niche market, whereas a content ad is much broader. The people, where Google places your content ads are on, just websites that are generally in your niche. They're not at all targeted, they're broad. So therefore, you want to write ads that are going to pull your prospects into your sales funnel, and you also, in many cases, want to qualify your prospects. So right within your ad, you want to put specific requirements so that you don't get a bunch of people clicking on your ads, that you only get qualified people, prospects clicking on your ad. Some people put, for example, if it's a home-based business that you're promoting, they'll put in there what the startup capital requirement is. Let's just say it's $3,000. You don't want people who are, who can't afford that to be clicking on your ad, or maybe they can afford it, but they're not serious about investing in a business or in their future. They don't have an entrepreneurial mindset. So they would never be willing to spend $3,000 on a home business. So you want to qualify in your ads. So the ads are very different, and therefore you want to separate them. But really, what is most important is that by separating the content versus search campaigns, making them separate, you have much more control over your pay-per-click ad campaigns. Because if you don't have control, then you don't want to even be doing pay-per-click advertising, because you're not going to be able to optimize your campaigns for cost reduction, and you're going to be spending a lot more than you need to on the clicks on your ads. So for example, with a search campaign, you want to strive for a click-through rate of at least 1 to 3%, definitely greater than 1%. And with content, it's greater than 0.5%. So you can see that if you have the ads and these two types of ads lumped into one campaign, and your click-through rate is, let's just call it 1%, You don't, well, I guess if it were 1%, then you would be doing pretty well on both accounts. But if your click-through rate was 0.6%, your search ads are definitely not performing high enough, but your content could be performing high enough, but you have no way of knowing which is which. So you're not able to optimize your campaigns because you require the statistics are very different. And so you need to know what the statistics are for each type of campaign, for each type of ad. So that is one example. Another example is that your conversion rate, this is how many people become opt-ins, how many actually opt into your website. That conversion rate is much higher for search campaigns and it's lower for content. So again, if you don't separate these types of ads, you have no idea how well you're performing. And if you don't know how well you're performing, then you don't know if you are wasting your money or if you are running effective campaigns. So very important. Separate your content versus search network, and in each type of campaign, you can look at the campaign settings, and in your search campaigns, you can specify search only in the settings so that it does not include the content network. And in your content campaigns in the settings, you can specify content only so that it does not include search. So that is how you do that, and I hope you go change your campaigns immediately. This is very, very important. And once you learn a lot more advanced strategies about Google AdWords, you will realize that this is a crucial component. So when you get started, make sure you separate them right away. Stay tuned for more videos. Donna Abreu from Insta PPC Builder signing out.